it is your girl glittamamma here. This is going to be my very first showing you how I cook. I hope that you enjoy it. Today we are going to be making sweet potato casserole in height of the holidays. Let's get started. Okay, so first of all, what you want to do is you want to preheat your oven. I'm probably going to reheat this when I get to my mom's house because it is Thanksgiving, obviously. So I'm only going to put it on for roughly about 350, 375, 400, just kind of depending on how your oven is, basically. So I'm going to do mine about 375. While that's preheating, we are going to be making the sweet potatoes that go into the casserole, obviously. So what you'll need is, I like to get 2 bags of marshmallows. I know. I like to get some brown sugar. I like to get some imitation vanilla extract, whatever. If you want natural, you can do all of that. Some cinnamon, obviously the main ingredient, which is sweet potatoes, eggs, and milk. So you only need like about, well, 1 egg per can, so 2 eggs for mine. You can put 1 can, you can half it down and put 1 can, you can double it and make more. This is enough to feed my family, which it's only going to be 5 of us, so this will definitely be enough. Also, you'll need some sort of pan. I just got a really cheap pan from the Dollar Tree, and you will also need some aluminum foil or sheets, whichever one you choose to get, for covering it when it is in the oven. Okay, so sorry, I had to go get my egg and my milk. So first of all, you want to dump your, you can get canned or you can do this fresh, whichever one you choose to. I don't really know how much you need for fresh, but obviously if you're, you can look that up online or whatever. But I just got 2 cans of sweet potatoes or yams if you're confused on, you know, that. So it'll look like that in the tub. It's going to be a little chunky, which is okay because we're going to be smushing it all together very loosely. I'm just going to put 1 egg into it first because you want to, you know, kind of make sure that it is, you know, you don't need no more than that. So get you a potato smasher and start smashing until you like it. So I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. Just kind of do your thing, girl. And it will shrink in size. Just letting you guys know. So, you know, and I'm just roughly chopping it up. I'm not really, what you call, making it like very, like, you know, like mashed potatoes is or something like that. Not like that, just very chunky because we are going to be adding other ingredients in and making it 10 times better. So next I'm going to be putting in some milk. Say about 1/8 of a cup, maybe 1/4 of a cup, just kind of depending on your mixture, and you want to mix that up. And just use your potato masher too. This is the reason why I said not to mash it up originally. Because you're going to be just keep on mashing it up until it's to your liking. So that's what it looks like. Okay, so now we're going to do the fun part, which is adding a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of brown sugar, and a little bit of cinnamon. This is all up to your taste buds, whatever you want to do. So I'm first going to use my brown sugar. I just get a cup, a spoon, and I just kind of do a couple of tablespoons maybe, you know, maybe 2 or 3. If you got a bigger batch, you'll probably definitely want to do more than that. You can, if you like it more sweeter, definitely put more in there. I like mine a little bit more sweeter. Just mix that in there with that, you know. Now you can, I'm going to use another, I'm going to actually use a spoon this time so I don't get it too smashed up because, you know what I mean. We don't want none of that. I think I need a little bit more. Now you can add like walnuts and pecans and what other almond, walnuts, pecans, you know, whatever kind of nuts you like to put in here. I actually like pecans in mine. I'm not going to put it in this time because my brother doesn't like it. So obviously we got to cater to the baby of the family. Not my little brother, but my 20-something-year-old Matthew. You know, you've seen him around, haven't you? So just until you like it. And I like mine really, really sweet. Now, I like to get the freshest brown sugar because the ones that sit for longest on the shelf at the store tend to be the more like clumpier one. Like they're not super powdery. So just be aware of that. When you're going in there, you might have to chop up your brown sugar before you put it into the mixture. You want it all nicely fine. You can definitely do that in like a food processor or like a little like coffee grinder or what have you if you want to do that sort of stuff, you know. So now we're going to do a little bit of cinnamon because I love cinnamon. It's already tasting really, really good. So just sprinkle some cinnamon in there. I'm not going to tell you how much. Just if you like a lot of cinnamon, put a lot of cinnamon. If you like a little bit, put a little bit in there. If you just want enough for flavoring, then do you. I didn't really have to use that other egg. You can go ahead and taste it after you mix everything down. Don't taste it now. We've still got to put a little bit of vanilla in it. I know, I don't know why I'm talking country, but hey, girl, hey. So, next we're going to put in the vanilla, which I got a brand new bottle for you guys. Hey girl, hey. And all you want to do is just take maybe a teaspoon or a tablespoon, depending on your choice, you know, your batch. I just did a tablespoon because that's what I was mixing with. Mix it up really good. You want to mix this stuff up really good because you want all the flavors in there. Like so. Now you can do it without the cinnamon. You can do it without the cinnamon. You can totally do without the vanilla. I just like the vanilla for taste purposes. Make it a little bit more sweeter. Now this is the fun part. You're going to dump a whole bag of little marshmallows. The mini marshmallows, you can get it from the main brand. I just got my store brand. And just dump it all in there and mix it up. I'm telling you, girl, this is what makes it. So you're going to dump it in there. And you're going to be like, girl, this is a lot. But girl, it's well worth it, okay? It is going to be well worth it. So you got your marshmallows in here. And because the marshmallows are going to melt while you're cooking, so it's going to make it even better, y'all. And you're going to think, this is a lot. Now, if you have a bigger batch, I still recommend a whole bag. You don't have to go to an extreme and get 2 bags or what have you. You can get 1 bag. And 1 bag will be enough. Like, actually, if you have a smaller batch, you might want to do a half a bag, but that's if you only have like 1 can. So if you have 2 cans or more, definitely a whole bag. This is what it'll look like when it's done. Your pan. And you want to get your pan, whether you got a real deal pan. What do they call them? Whatever kind these are, little disposable ones. And you're going to dump it in your pan and even it all out. Okay. We're going to get all of that sweet potato. We want every drop, every cranny, marshmallow, what have you. Okay. We'll spill it. So you're just going to flatten it out, you know, make it into, you know, an actual casserole. Now, like I said, you can add walnuts, pecans, what have you, into the mixture if you choose to. For a little bit of crunch, you can totally do that. If you don't want that crunch and you just like it like this, totally do it this way. So yeah, once you get it all nice and even, I like to get mine as even as possible. I'm not like the most perfectionist about this, but I like to have it all one even kind of level. It's gonna look a little bit like so. And you're just gonna hop this in the oven. Ta-da! See you in about 20, boo. So after it's done cooking for about 20 to 30 minutes, I put mine on for 30 minutes. This is what you're gonna have. Okay, so what you're gonna do next is you're going to set your oven down to about 250 because we're going to kind of keep it, you know what I mean, like just cooking, but keep it warm. That's all we're doing. Your bag of marshmallows here, and you're going to dump it all over what you just did. So, oh, and I also let the sweet potatoes cool down for about 10 minutes before I'm putting my marshmallows on, because you don't want to burn yourself, obviously. But off with some cinnamon on these. You can do that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit of cinnamon and brown sugar mixture, and I'm just going to sprinkle it on top of the marshmallows as well. But that is totally optional. You can keep it just with the marshmallows alone, but I am going to be sprinkling a little bit of the cinnamon and brown sugar mix. I'm going to when you're going to be mixing the cinnamon and brown sugar mixture together, you want to have about 1 to 2 ratio, meaning that the cinnamon is 1 and the brown sugar is 2. So, and then I just like to get a fork so that I could be crushing up the brown sugar. And you don't want to pack, you don't want to have packed brown sugar. You want to have very loose brown sugar with it. But just keep mixing it until it looks pretty. Take it over your mixture, like so, and until that is all gone. There you have it. Now put it back in the oven. Let all of it, you're going to let it melt, but you still want the marshmallows to still kind of keep a little bit of their form. And yeah, you want to keep it on the 250 setting for about 15 minutes. Okay, so as you can tell, the marshmallows have kind of puffed up. That's what you actually really want them to do. Now what we're going to do, close that up, is we're going to put it on broil. So this is what it looks like afterwards. And this is totally what you kind of want. You want more of a golden brown than this. But I left it in a little bit too longer. I would say keep an eye on it when you put it in the oven to broil it. But there you have it, sweet potato casserole, and enjoy.